that feminism is good for society, correct?
I believe it is good. Yep.
All right. And why is feminism good for society?
One of the main wins that movement saw about, in the 60s and 70s was that they were able to have their freedoms to work their own jobs, but also have assets in their names, credit cards in their names, right? The foundational principles of having autonomy in this country. Before that, a woman had to be dependent upon her father. And if not him, she needed to go find a man to have a life with, have a home with. And to me, that's just, that's financial coercion through a government system, through laws that, force women to pretend to like the men that they're with. So I'd rather have a woman be real with me than having to fake it just to make it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, this is not an issue for me and you. We're gentlemen. We're good looking dudes. We got assets. We have, things to offer to women. Why do we need to, force women back into faking it to make it? That's my point.
And how do you know that everything you said is true?
I've done the research. If you got something that shows me that women could have assets in their name prior to that, I'm open to it. If you could show me that they could have credit cards before, feminism pushed for that, show me, I'm open to it. But
there wasn't any credit cards back then when women were able to vote. What are you talking about?
Right, right. This is a credit economy now. So there was a certain time when women could not. Now,
but at the time when the suffragettes were fighting for women's rights, there weren't any credit cards.
Or bank accounts for that matter. What I'm talking about is financial sovereignty and autonomy. To be able to have a bank account, have a home in your name, go work a job.
How do you know that women couldn't have a bank account?
This is my research from, researching feminist authors that have discussed the topic.
Are you telling me that women could not have a bank account? Do you want to Google this?
Prior to the feminist movement.
Prior to the feminist movement, and when are you speaking about? The 1920s, when like the movement started? Or are you speaking about when?
I'm gonna talk about the 70s is when we saw this big push. When redlining sort of ended.
You are telling me that women could not have a bank account in the 70s?
Prior to that, they could not have a bank account in their name, a credit card in their name.
How do you know that that is true?
Bro, this is just common knowledge amongst feminist circles. If you got something to disprove that,
So,
I'm open to
it's a lie. You're lying. That's just a lie. You can Google it. What you just spoke was a lie. You said that women could not have bank accounts prior to the 70s. That statement in and of itself is a lie.
You sit tight. I'm going to go look it up for us.
For us, look it up for you. It's just a lie. Now, also, let me refute some other stuff that you said, right? So you're speaking about women not being able to have assets in their name. That's also a lie. You're speaking about women not being able to work. That's also a lie. Women have always worked. They did secretary work. They did daycares. They worked on the farm. They always worked. They worked around the house. They got the things that they needed to get done and to help out within the family. They've always worked. So you've been lied to, my friend. Women have always worked. And then you talk about, well, women couldn't have credit cards and all of these things and couldn't take out loans and couldn't have a bank account. That is just untrue. But also the benefit of things not being in the woman's name and them being underneath their husband or their father is that they didn't incur any debt. Currently, right now, women are in debt. Debt is killing them right now, financially wise. So you're just looking at things from a very untrue lens. So you Googled it. Can you tell me that you lied?
I Googled it, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I Googled. I said, when were women able to get credit cards? When were women able to get bank accounts, assets, and jobs? Now, AI automatically pulled up and it said, in the United States, women gained the full legal right to open bank accounts, obtain credit, and manage assets without a male cosigner.
No.
With the passive. Can I finish the Google that you asked for?
No.
Can I finish it or no?
What I'm saying is,
do you want to Google it?
Incorrect.
You asked me to Google it. You asked me to Google it. Can I finish it or do you want to Google it?
Listen, you're incorrect. Well, the Google
incorrect.
part.
This is Google.
Listen, man. If you just do research, women were able to open up bank accounts prior to the 1970s, bro.
Okay, can I finish what it said? Because it's proving you wrong.
It's not proving me wrong. Go ahead, finish what it
I'll
says.
leave
Go
if
ahead,
you
finish
can't
what it
let me
says.
finish
I'll let
it.
you fully read the Google. Go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you. In
ahead,
the United States, women gained the full legal right to open bank accounts, obtain credit, and manage assets without a male cosigner with the passage of the Equal Credit Opportunity Act of 1974. While some states allowed independent accounts earlier, it was not until the mid-70s that nationwide discrimination based on gender and finance was prohibited. So I guess we're
Okay.
both right in this
So
case. But what I'm saying is that act
that did
would not
not.
have passed without the feminists pushing for it. You know,
Okay.
come on, dog. And
Okay. So
that's freedom.
let's.
Without this act, women would be sitting
I
back
got you. Let's
looking
go
for a
to
man
your
to survive.
statement. Your statement was untrue. Your statement was women were not able to open up bank accounts at all. That was your statement. Women were not able to open up bank accounts prior to the 1970s. What you just read on Google, it said certain states did allow women to open up bank accounts without a male cosigner or a husband or a father and things of that sort. Then it said there were some states that restricted it, meaning that they needed to have a husband or a father there, some type of male counterpart, to open up a bank account. So they always, listen real quick, just to refute your claim, they were always able to open up a bank account. Your statement did not include without a male counterpart. Do you get what I'm saying? So your statement was untrue.
You're literally still proving my point. My statement might be untrue. I'll give you that.
No, you
my
proved,
statement might be untrue.
Time out.
My point
Can you
is now been
concede that
confirmed.
What you read on Google, it only proved my point because I said that they were always able to open up a bank account prior to the 1970s. And what you just said concluded that they were able to open up a bank account in certain states without a male figure. And then in other states, they were only to open up a bank account with a male figure, which means there were still always... all states still allowed them to at least open up a bank account either with or without a male figure. So you are incorrect. Can you concede on that point? Because if not, then you're just a liar. If you can concede, we can move on.
Bro,
it's okay that you were wrong. I'll be wrong on stuff too.
That I phrased my statement wrong, but my point was proven true.
Your
the point was, let me finish,
the reason why
let me talk.
Your statement was incorrect and your point was incorrect because your point, listen real quick, I got you. Bro. Your point was insinuating that women didn't have like any type of privileges and things, and they couldn't have credit cards and all of these other things. This is why you brought up the bank account. When I've even said, well, bro, and when feminism started, there wasn't any credit cards. That invention, that technology was not out yet. Everything was still cash, my friend. So you were wrong on many, many points here.
Let me know when you're done.
I'm done.
Bro, my whole point, we're talking about feminism being wrong for society.
I'm trying to tell bad.
You, God damn,
it's bad.
Look, bro, I'm not as educated as you. I'll give you that. Let me just talk how I talk and try to see the point that I'm trying to make.
Okay. Give me an argument. Go ahead.
The point is that prior to this act, what is it called? The Equal Credit Opportunity Act of 1974. Prior to this time, women in some states had to go and find a man to literally survive and go and get a house, get assets, get a cosigner for shit. And that to me, bro, think about it for a second. That to me,
let's think about it,
would make all of these women that are entertaining relationships with me, make it not authentic. Like she's got some ulterior motive to survive. It's kind of like when a guy has a bunch of money and he gets a bunch of women coming at him.
Okay.
Those women might not.
I'm listening to you. Go ahead. Where'd you go, man? Your audio went out. Bro, your audio went out. You're still here. I didn't remove you or anything. But your audio is gone. Come back. It was just getting good. All right. Well, I didn't disconnect him. He disconnected himself. Maybe he's in bad connection or something like that. But yeah, Buddy-O cooked himself. I didn't even have to cook him. He was just making claims that was untrue. I'm like, well, how do you know that that's true? I see you in here. You said, I'm stealing Cooley's debating strategy. I'm stealing Cooley's debating method. I see you in here. It wasn't really a method. It's when you know the truth, you can let someone speak, and then you can just ask them, well, how do you know that that's true? Then they'll Google something, and then he's reading Google, and he's insinuating in Google that what Google is saying, what he said is true. And I had to correct him like, no, you didn't say that, though. Your statement was untrue, right? And that's what he had to admit to. So sometimes you have to hold people's feet down to the fire so they can admit when they made a false claim. Well, women couldn't open up a bank account before the 1970s. He never included with or without a man. Google included that, which still makes the statement false because it doesn't matter. They can still open up a bank account. Some states, they got to have a man there. Other states, they don't have to have a man, right? It's like I was debating one of the chicks on the podcast one time. She said, well, abortion is illegal. I said, no, it's actually legal everywhere. Some states have a 6-week term. Other states have a 24, 32-week term. And other states have no term, meaning that you can basically abort the child prior to it being born, anytime prior to it being born, prior to delivery. Which means that what you said, abortion being illegal, is just untrue because it's legal in all the states. Women having the ability to open up a bank account, that was legal in all 50 states. Some states had a mandate that they needed the man. Other states, they didn't need any man. Like California. They didn't need no man. Go ahead and open up a bank account. Another thing that he said what he was alluding to, let me see if I can make his position for him. But he said that, well, if women don't have the opportunities to make money, then basically, how do we know that the love is genuine? Because they can only be using me for the money that I'm making. And then he started to compare that to a man, like a rich guy that maybe has a nice car, and women would use that man for his money. Well, that's a dumb position because the position is self-refuting. I'll explain. It can happen if you have a whole lot of money, and it can happen if you have no money. The chick can be with you for nefarious reasons if you're broke or if you have money. Now, if you have money, we know what those reasons are. But if you don't have any money, it can still be for reasons like that's not conducive for a good relationship. Like maybe she's only with you to get over her ex. It's not that genuine. She just wanted some other D right now, but she ain't really feeling you like that. Maybe she's been traumatized and she's at a vulnerable place in her life. Well, we all know that vulnerable vagina is the easiest vagina. We know that that isn't conducive for a good relationship. So even within his own argument that he made, he would have still been refuted. He had no chance to survive. So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.